Body image insecurities. It's one of the most common insecurities that people worry about. And we're going to look at it specifically for women. And we get very hung up, concerned about our appearance. On the one hand, completely understandable. We like to make things pretty. We like makeup. We like doing our hair. We like fashion. We like fixing up our home. We like fixing up our garden. Not all women are into these things, but many of them are. And that's okay. That's okay. That's part of a feminine expression. Nothing wrong with that. However, when it starts to make you feel bad about yourself and it stops being something that you just enjoy for the artistic creativity of it, for the nesting aspects of it, and instead it's, I'm not enough. Why can't I ever be enough? What are some of the ways that this shows up? For some women, this is not being able to watch TV shows that have other attractive women in it. I will never look like that. My boyfriend must think that I'm ugly because he's looking at other women. They get too jealous, they feel too insecure, it's too triggering. They don't like to see their partner attracted to other women. It could be not feeling okay getting into a bathing suit in front of men or men that you don't know, or even your female friends. It could be causing fights in your relationship because you just get so upset if your boyfriend even looks at another woman. Maybe he wasn't even thinking anything. Maybe it was literally nothing. I don't know. It depends on the relationship and the couple. Maybe it's that the boyfriend is constantly having to emotionally reassure you that he really does think you're beautiful and you just never believe him. And you know that it causes stress on the relationship and you know that it's hard on him, but you just don't believe it. You think you're ugly. There are so many different ways that these body image insecurities can show up in a person's life. Here's what a lot of women don't understand about a lot of men. I'm not saying all men are like this. There are some men who are very shallow, very superficial. There are some men who have a very specific physical type and they're not into anything else. But that's the minority. Most men are not as critical of appearances and images as women are. Women have a tendency to be more critical. I hate saying this, but I gotta tell you, I hear more of this stuff from women than I do from men. Consider this. To a guy, the color blue is usually just blue. Obviously, these are not hard and fast rules. I'm speaking in commonalities. For women, there's navy blue, sky blue, aquamarine blue, sea blue green, blue. There is cerulean blue, carnation blue. There are so many different colors of blue. We make distinctions. Now, that's not a bad thing. However, when we start saying carnation blue is acceptable and navy blue is ugly, I'm not saying you gotta like navy blue, but can we just withhold the judgment? Men are much better at this than women, typically. Part of it is that they just don't see that stuff. Their eyes don't work the same way that our eyes work for the most part. Look at the way that a lot of women furnish their homes compared to the way a lot of men furnish their homes. It's different. We see things differently. So that's the first thing to understand. Will it be true across the board? No, of course not. Doesn't need to be. We're just talking about what's common so we can start to shift that perspective a little bit, not just projecting our insecurities onto men, but what's the reality here? When you talk to guys, what you're going to learn, and it won't be true across the board, but you talk to enough of them, and you're gonna start to notice some repetition here. What do men really care about when it comes to women and attraction? For many men, it's much more than skin deep. It could be your sense of humor. It could be your confidence. It could be your intelligence. It could be your wittiness. It could be your sense of style. It could be your sweet disposition. It could be your nurturing nature. It could be that you're one hell of a cook. Sometimes it's just chemical attraction. For some guys, it's just that you have a warm body. We're not going to dive into that one. But for some guys, that is literally all they care about. Guys don't care what your private parts look like. Guys don't care if one boob is bigger than the other. They're just like, boobs. Ooh, yay. This woman is letting me see her naked. Awesome. Guys want to touch you. They want to be close to you. They want to smell your hair or your perfume. They want to gaze into your eyes and watch them light up while you smile. Some guys like how soft your body feels. Some guys like how tiny your body feels. Some guys like having a big old handful of something in their hand. Guys don't care about looks nearly as much as we think they do. Eyes wandering, there's a difference between looking at a beautiful painting and just, oh, that's a nice painting, versus, man, I need to take that painting home with me. There's a difference. And a lot of times, not always, there are lots of women who are in relationships with wonderful men who struggle with these things. And that's where knowing the difference is so important. Some women are in relationships with men who are doing online cheating or emotional cheating or physically cheating, or they're making them feel bad about their bodies and insulting their bodies as a means of knocking them down a peg because the guy is insecure and he thinks that he needs to make the woman more insecure to be on the same level so he can hang on to her. I'm not saying that's right. It's not. But that's one reason that a guy might go on the attack with a woman that he's in a relationship with or attracted to. It could be that he's trying to control and manipulate you. And he knows that it's easier to do that if he chips away at your self-esteem and your self-confidence and your body image day after day after day. That just because someone, even someone that you're in a relationship with, is looking at other women, or just because someone that you're in a relationship with is insulting your body, does not actually mean that there is a problem with your body. Those are two totally separate things. The problem is not your body. The problem is not your body. There is something else beneath that that is a problem. Maybe it's the dysfunctionalism of the relationship that's the real problem. Maybe it's the abusiveness of the relationship that is the real problem. Maybe it's the trauma from a childhood that causes you to feel dirty and not okay in your body. That's the problem. Those are just a few examples. It might not be any of those things, it might be something else. But there is something deeper there that is the real problem. The problem is not your body. Deal with the real problem, and you will, as a result, automatically start feeling better about your body. Start feeling more comfortable in your body, more accepting with your body. Why is it so hard to build body positivity? It's hard when you don't deal with the real issue beneath the body image. That's when it gets hard. When you deal with the real issues, the body image is not a problem. Come to a place of acceptance and comfort with your body. Because bodies do change. Oh, and I missed a great example here. Bodies change. They age, they get older, we get wrinkles, cellulite, stretch marks, whatever. And you know what? Lots of guys don't care. There are plenty of there there are plenty of 20-year-old men chasing women in their 30s, women in their 40s, 50s, and 60s. If it were really about being that perfect image, that wouldn't be happening. I'm not saying that women in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s aren't beautiful. I think they are. I do. But we don't look the same as we did when we're in our 20s. Lots of men and lots of just humans in general, attraction is built on something deeper. It's not just about looks. It goes much deeper. And when attraction is built on something deeper, it has the potential to get better over time, to get deeper and richer over time. That is worth holding out for, you guys. Don't settle for a dysfunctional or abusive relationship with someone who doesn't really care about you, who's only looking for a warm body because you think you don't look right or you don't fit the conventional standard. There's something better out there for you. And if that's something that you would like to experience, you can. But you got to make different choices if you haven't experienced it yet. Deal with the real issue. See you all next time. Have you ever just looked? I get it. I've done those things. It's more common when you're young. We want to look at what's the reality here. If you're watching this video